to Soul Hugs. Today's episode in a new way with the new concept. It is not 100% fixed, but we are going in the new direction. I will quickly talk about that and then I guess we will jump right into it. As you know, I wanted to change some things and we will definitely start with the podcast. The podcast will stay as it is and for what it is for. And as I mentioned in last episode, I needed to find something that is closer to you and something that is easier to resonate or relate to on a base that this is happening right now and not down the road in your journey. And the first idea that came to my mind when I first thought about changing the concept of the podcast was, or actually even when I started, the idea was to read my texts and sometimes have people on to reflect on the texts I wrote, because I started way back in 2020 or 2021, I'm not too sure, but a really long time ago. And when I started traveling, I actually had an idea in mind how I wanted to journal. I wanted to keep tickets of museums or the plane tickets. I wanted to keep all of it and put it in the book, going through memory book, something like that. But it never happened. I kept every single ticket and every single entrance fee ticket what I got, and some of the receipts as well. But I never got to the point that I put it into the book or the journal. So I basically started with writing down every single day what I did, what I went through, and which people I met and where I am. So it was basically literally not a diary. I wouldn't even say it was a diary. It was more, I would literally describe it as a journal, because I started writing and I was I don't really know. I have an idea in mind, but I will just start writing. And then it was flowing. It was just flowing. And especially the first 2 weeks, they were insane. It was so much was happening all the time. So I had a lot to write about and to reflect. The first weeks were the most intense for me personally in my journey. And that's how I started posting my texts on social media and on my Instagram. And that was definitely one big thing where I got the most feedback. People were messaging me saying, glad that I addressed this topic because they feel exactly the same and they thought they were alone. So there were not many people messaging me, but here and there a few, and especially some people where I didn't expect it at all. It was also a really nice way to stay connected. That is basically the heart or the root of everything I do, and everything started from there. So I thought it definitely would make sense if I go back and start there again, just in form of the podcast. I want to be there for you when you feel and when you go through something, because I know that my texts really reflect that. I want to be there for you. If you go through that, you can say, oh my god, I feel the same, or I felt the same, and I can relate to that this is happening right now, or it already happened. So I hope it will be a better bridge and a better connection. I hope that will help not only me, but also especially us to connect more and to build a bridge between each other. And how it will work, not necessarily from now on, because that's that sounds really strict and very, very clear and nothing is really set in stone. It is definitely an involvement I want you to be part of, because I have the idea, but obviously I need you to interact and to create it with me, and to make it ours, basically. I can't feel my feet. So I love this corner to record, but and another thing regarding upgrading the microphone, I won't be able to do that because I don't have the money for that. I don't have the money for that. Yeah, we will work with what we have. How it will look like, or that's the idea I have for the podcast from now on, is that I will read my texts in the way I posted them on social media. And obviously I would love to discuss it, I would love to talk about it, but as I don't have anyone with me, I would love to create this space where all of us and we can discuss it with each other. Let it be on social media or with the email list or on the website. I don't know. I'm really open for it, or even a group chat. If you're keen for that, if you want that, or if you have any ideas where we can discuss the latest episode or the latest text, let me know. I'm happy to create with you and together to create a space and something where we feel seen and heard and held and maybe build new connections, hopefully, because that's the most beautiful part. And I do believe opening up and sharing how you feel and sharing vulnerability opens the door for others to connect with you. So I do wish for that in life and in our society, in our world. So yeah, let me know. Comments, messages, website. On my website I have like a little anonymous vent box, which is not, it can be used as a vent box, but you can also like put in some feedback or some messages, or if you want to reach me. So yeah, and it's anonymous. So, and then you can always message me privately on social media if you don't care about the anonymity. So yeah. And also, I would love to evolve in the direction that I will record some episodes with specific topics you want to listen to, topics you want to hear about. But I think that will be something for down the road, because I already tried to find some inspiration and some feedback on my Instagram with my current followers, asking about some things about the podcast, and I didn't got any input. I didn't got any feedback, and honestly, I'm not ashamed, or I don't feel cringe to say that out loud, because not that I'm used to it. I'm used to doing things alone, and I'm used to believing in things alone. I'm used to feeling rejection in different ways, and I'm not hurt by it. Like I'm not impacted by it, like I don't care. But it really impacted me this time, because I saw a reel and I talked about it. I posted it in my story and I posted a reel about it. The reel was basically about, if you know someone or if you have a friend that posts on social media, it costs nothing to support, to like repost, to comment, anything, and it will definitely come back to you. But if the person is successful, people tend to say, oh, I'm friends with this person, but they never did anything. And I experienced that quite a lot, and I'm aware that this is the case, especially on social media, but I never started thinking about it, because I was like, as soon as I start thinking about it, it will make me really sad, because I know it. I don't even want to spend or waste a thought about that, because I can't change anything about it. It's people's behavior. What I can do is to address it, which I did now, but yeah, maybe it will turn something around or not, I don't know. But yeah, it really impacted me this time. So I try to change, I try to develop, I try to evolve, but I can't do it if I don't get any feedback. And if people are not interacting, it doesn't mean, just because people are not interacting doesn't mean that they're not listening or they're not like touched by it. They are, and I know that, but it doesn't help me and it doesn't help anyone else if I don't get any feedback to know what I can improve, or to know what should I do better, what do I do wrong, or anything. Any kind of feedback or any kind of input helps me so much, because that's the only reason I started traveling, to develop, to grow, to evolve, to see different perspectives. But I can't evolve if I just turn around in my own cycle, doing what I think might work or is right. I know what I do and I know how I do it and where it comes from. It comes from heart, and I talked about that so many times, but it would be nice to have a bit of exchange. So yeah, hopefully at some point people will interact and will pick topics they want to hear about or I should talk about, so and I can record some specific episodes about a topic, which I would love to do. I can also like pick a topic myself, but yeah, I will definitely see how I go. That's about that. And maybe I will keep that as one thing for every episode. I would love to share how I feel right now, because right now I feel okay, but I don't feel great, and I definitely know why. And there's definitely a reel coming about it as well. Something made me a bit sad. So yeah, I'm not in the best condition, but I really wanted to record the podcast today. I wanted to record it actually 2 days ago. And on the day I was supposed to record, I woke up and I felt really low. So I was like, I'll just do something that is good for me, and then I will see how I go through the day. I put some makeup on because I was like, okay, I will record today. I feel better. But then it didn't happen because I posted my story about this reel I saw, and that story took me, like to post, took me already 1.5 hours. So yeah. It was quite late already, and it was, yeah, the sun was going down, and I was like, oof, maybe I will do it tomorrow. And then yesterday there was a bit of a change in the plan. Yesterday was also not the day for it, so I was like, okay, I will do it today. So yeah, even though I don't feel really well, I'm recording, and I think it's important to talk about it and mention it. I don't always feel great when I record. I also record when I don't feel that well, but I try to, if I really don't feel well, I don't record, because I don't want to bring anyone down while listening to the podcast. Some things really reflect in the tone of our voice, so I don't want that. But I feel good enough today to record, but it could be better. It's okay. I'm okay. So yeah, and now we will jump into our first new episode. Okay, so before we start, if you're in a situation where you feel, oh, there's more, or if you are realizing some things or reflecting yourself and you feel like, okay, I really want to change something, but I don't know what or where or how, that's what I'm gonna describe really quickly, because that's how I felt before I started traveling. So if you are in this situation or in this position, and if you feel that way, if you feel lost, it is completely normal. And I guess you know that. I hope you know that. If not, then it's a quick reminder. That's actually the best starting point, feeling lost, because there's nothing you can hold on to. So you have the whole horizon, and you can create from scratch, which is best part, and you can find yourself in so many different ways. So being lost, it is normal, and it is sometimes exhausting because you don't know where you are, what to do or whatever, but you'll go through it. And if you feel lost, if you can, then go traveling, because that's the place and that's the way where you come back to yourself and have a completely new horizon and connect with people who feel lost as well. You're in the same boat and you will feel that. So embrace the feeling of feeling lost in the moment, and yeah, again, go traveling, because you will never learn or experience more anywhere in the world than by just you going traveling. You will meet so many people, you will experience so many moments that will shape your whole future and your whole new self. If you can't travel right now, or if you're still too afraid to do it, that's so fine. That's completely okay. And I was in the exact same situation when I felt extremely lost. And I do think that the urge of changing something comes after feeling really deeply, like either after heartbreak or after hitting rock bottom. I think there comes the realization of, okay, I think I'm getting better and I have to change something, or I want to change something. I want to leave this pain behind me. I don't want to forget it. You will keep it, but you will keep the good parts, and you will keep it in a way that will shape you. And if not, if you realize before, perfect. But I think the question will still be where, what, or how. So when I felt really lost, or when I personally at this point hit my rock bottom, it was COVID, so I couldn't go anywhere. And it was also not really that I had the urge to go somewhere. What was important to me that I will be happy again. So what I did when I felt so lost and disconnected from my own self, I asked myself, where do I want to be and how do I want to feel? And that's your starting point. So what I did really, really simple things, because I also didn't know where to start. And I thought, is there a guideline, or can someone else go through that for me and just tell me what I have to do and then I will do it? But I thought about that so many times. But the beauty is that this exact journey is the most important, and that will give you the most strength. So yeah, it is fucking shitty. Sometimes you're so fucking over the thing you do and trying and always trying, but with every try you're getting closer to where you want to be and how you want to feel. And you will learn so much by failing or going a step back. It actually takes you further. And if everything would go right, if you would already knew what to do, there would be no spark, there would be no excitement. It would be really, really simple and very boring. So I thought about that a lot. I don't know what I do. I don't know if that works. I really just want to ask someone. But there will never be someone that you can ask. It will be you. You will definitely have friends that will support you. But that's the thing, the journey, actually, it is your journey. You're not expressing the journey. You're not like living the journey by showing it everybody. Like the journey really happens inside. And yeah, that's the beautiful part. So what I did were really, really simple things. I thought about, okay, I really don't know where to start. I really don't know what to do. But I will just start doing things I enjoyed as a kid in my free time, like going roller skating or painting pictures. And that was a starting point that helped me a lot. Quietly, simple and gentle. It really helped me to focus on myself and to get better. The journey won't be easy, but it will be the most important part in your growth.